Sorry about the audio video quality here. I know there's a terrible hum from my computer in the background. I don't really have the time to do a great job on this video. Let me just read to you what I have written here. I'm not going to talk about the importance of thorium, molten salt, or energy. Please watch another one of my videos for that. I have a son. We all want our kids to live in a world which is as stable as possible. Molten salt reactors are going to replace coal and a lot of natural gas. How soon they do this is a big question. If you're worried about a climatic tipping point or the implications of ocean acidification, then you probably share my sense of urgency. So maybe I should have asked for your support sooner. So I'm asking now. Please pitch in.
When we went to Calgary, I thought I'm going to go to TEDx, and then he took me to these other places.
In 2011, I briefly worked on Thorium Video full-time. The result of that was Thorium Remix 2011.
When I did the Protospace thing, I thought, well, I'm just going to go talk to Gordon's friends, and he's videoing it. And then you released Thorium Remix. I realized, oh, you had a plan.
This
Well,
is
what did
bigger
you
than
think
what
I
I
was
thought.
videotaping you in the car for? Or you didn't know what?
I kind of just thought you were crazy. He's like videoing me all the time, and I was like, don't really know why.
Well over 3 million views have been collected by my videos, as well as other people remixing my videos. And that's great, that's the whole point. It helps bring investors to molten salt reactor startups, and it helps pave the way for a public understanding of this technology. I don't think any of these videos are perfect. Even the latest chapters I've been releasing are basically me shoving something out the door because I know I can always go back and improve it later with a new version. I'd much rather have it out there as imperfect as it is so I can collect viewer data before I go back and fix it. Once I clean these up and I use viewer data and A/B tests to figure out how to make the most viral videos possible, I think we're going to see some much more effective propagation.
Half in the bag.
George Lucas is so desperate for work, he's showing up in the background of unrelated documentaries now.
The thing is, they call it pyroprocessing, but it's a molten salt process. They're dissolving this thing in a molten salt, and they're doing electrochemistry on it.
I think he saved up money for his retirement, and it didn't go as far as he was hoping.
I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility that a very technical video can be as popular as a cat video or a music video. But since 2012, I've been shooting and editing all these videos part-time. I've had great support from others. Kickstarter backers helped me pay travel expense, acquire cameras, and buy a great PC for editing on. In fact, I never used Kickstarter funds for anything other than project expenses. And volunteers show up at every conference, except China, to help work cameras and conduct video interviews. Sometimes I can even avoid traveling to a lecture entirely because volunteers in that city will capture the lecture and shuttle footage back to me. That is fantastic and very efficient. Even if I had the money to travel to every lecture, I certainly would not have the time. Speaking of time, segue, I've been setting my alarm clock to 4 a.m. every morning so I can edit video before the family wakes up. Then I get a couple hours during the day. I've been very happy to be able to do this, but I can't keep doing it as I've been doing since 2012. It takes too much time and my midday hours are about to vanish. If you've ever tried to work on a complex problem, you'll know how important an uninterrupted work day can be. I'll need to reduce the hours I spend editing if I can't turn this project into full-time employment. That's going to take my most severe constraint, time, and limit it even further. So, here's what I'd like to accomplish. 1. Edit a final chapter of TH Thorium documentary. 2. Edit a single 2-hour documentary from existing chapters. 3. Release the 2-hour documentary as a DVD. I price them low so people can order large quantities and distribute them at conferences or to friends. 4. Iterate all existing chapters on YouTube and re-release them. I would not charge backers for every re-release. 5. Facilitate captioning and dubbing into non-English languages. Lots of volunteers have already offered to help, and I can tell you that having these videos translated and dubbed is very doable. A volunteer dubbed 2011 remix in French.
Le réacteur à eau lourde utilise environ 0,7% de la valeur énergétique de l'uranium et le réacteur à eau légère environ 0,5%. Les deux sont très mauvais.
And it is also captioned in 10 different languages. We will do that for the newer videos too. 6. Release very short videos, each consisting of a single idea. I would not charge backers for virtually any of these. In fact, there will be so many of them, I'll be creating a new website to properly index them. This will be to explore how shorter videos may propagate and also aid other people in the construction of their own documentaries. YouTube has an excellent online editing tool, but it works best with very short video components. The website and video assets could be described as a thorium documentary construction set. 7. Travel the world conducting video interviews. Lots of people to talk to, but I'd like to mostly focus on women involved in nuclear power. My videos are almost exclusively watched by men. Most of the anti-nuclear comments I feature are made by Helen Caldicott, and the technical rebuttal is then provided by men. So my videos appear inadvertently sexist. Since the success of any form of nuclear power depends on both women and men understanding a bit of the technology, it is really important I balance this out. Plus, Helen Caldicott says that
they're fascinated with fission. It's sort of almost a testosterone supplement. I think it makes them feel strong and powerful.
So it would be extra nice to have rebuttals presented by women. 8. Construct a choose-your-own-adventure interface for watching my videos. This can be made possible by YouTube's video annotation feature. Usually you'll see these prompts at the end of videos asking you to subscribe or to watch another video, but video annotations can do much more. By soliciting opinions from a viewer and branching off to a new video, I'm talking about branching off into hundreds of videos, this can get so complex. We pursue questions like, do you think nuclear power is safe? Are you worried about global warming? Which concerns you more, jobs or the environment? It is possible to direct a viewer to the exact content most likely to hold their interest. It is my understanding that we can't challenge a viewer right off the bat. If they have an opinion, then you share some truthful information which fits that perspective, and then slowly introduce concepts allowing them to question their current assumptions. No one single edit can accomplish this because everyone has a slightly different perspective on nuclear power. 9. I can potentially leverage some of the work created for the YouTube Choose Your Own Adventure and author a new DVD which uses interactive menu choices to offer a similar experience, if DVDs are still a thing by then. 10. Fully debunk Helen Caldicott, the doctor. I did already create a 2-hour chapter dedicated to this. When the nuclear disaster Caldicott had long predicted finally struck, and no one died from radiation, Caldicott's tone changed.
Well, they'll be dying of cancer, but they're not dying from lack of electricity. They might be sweating a bit in the summer. Oh, but you mustn't be too hot in the summer. That's what we've got sweat glands for.
In the process of creating that chapter, I indexed 10 hours of her ridiculous statements. What you see in that 2-hour video is only a tiny fraction of the untrue statements she's been making. They're not even the craziest. I just went with what was the easiest to explain. But instead of a monolithic 2-hour video, each individual untrue statement will be debunked in its own very short video. Whenever anyone online reasserts an untrue statement uttered by Caldicott, we'll have a single short video to link to as a rebuttal. So in closing, there's a lot to do, and without your help, it isn't going to get done. At least by me, it's not going to get done. Right now I'm so time constrained, I'm basically treading water, managing a popular YouTube channel, incoming video assets. I need funds to attend conferences. I need funds to travel for video interviews. I need a full unbroken workday. I'll churn through this list instead of perpetually being stuck on the very first steps of completing the documentary. YouTube is unique in how it lets a video creator look at viewer habits and demographics. I can learn exactly at which moment a video sucks and iterate a new version which doesn't have that problem. I can caption in any language. I can let people copy my work, rebrand it, and propagate it with no effort at all on my part. It really is an amazing platform, and we're going to use it to explain molten salt reactors to 1 billion people. When I ask for $1 per video, that is only referring to documentary videos such as the various TH chapters I've already released. I've posted over 300 videos to YouTube, but only 15 that I've released so far would have qualified for your support. Had Patreon existed in 2009, then it would have cost you $15 by now over those 5 years. Our family is middle class and we're not poor, yet I'm very reluctant myself to fund deserving projects because they feel like substantial amounts of money. So I'm making sure this is something that I could easily afford. If you pledge $1 per video, no matter your income, you will be able to afford to participate. You can cancel at any time. Really, that's the great thing about the Patreon model. I'm incentivized to perform well or I'll lose your support, but I'd like to have your support in the first place and be working to keep it. Let's tell 1 billion people about molten salt reactors. Thanks for your support. Patreon.com/thorium